Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into Snowflake's Q3 fiscal 2025 earnings call.
It should be interesting. There's a lot to unpack there.
There is. But just to make sure we're all on the same page, for anyone who might be new to this whole thing, can you give us a quick rundown of what Snowflake actually is?
Sure. So Snowflake basically is a cloud-based data platform.
Okay, so like a one-stop shop for all your data needs?
Exactly. Think of it like a giant data warehouse in the cloud. Super organized, really efficient.
And they've been making some serious waves in the data world, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, their latest earnings report, that was a bombshell.
Yeah, that's what we're diving into today. So let's jump right in. First things first, the numbers. They reported $900 million in product revenue, a 29% jump compared to last year.
Yeah. And they even raised their full-year guidance to $3.43 billion.
So they're definitely feeling confident. And their remaining performance obligations, or RPO, is at $5.7 billion, a 55% increase from last year. That's got to be a good sign, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. RPO, that's like guaranteed future revenue. It's a really strong indicator of customer commitment.
So basically, it means customers are locking in those long-term deals, betting big on Snowflake's future.
Exactly. And what's even more impressive is that they're achieving this kind of growth while also investing heavily in cutting-edge technologies like AI.
Speaking of AI, let's talk about Cortex. Their AI platform has been getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah, over 1,000 deployed use cases. And get this, over 3,200 accounts are using their AI and ML features.
Wow. So how is Cortex actually being used in the real world? Any cool examples?
With tons. We've got telecom giants
Hmm.
using it to optimize their network.
Yeah, making things run smoother.
Exactly. And then you have companies like Disney using Cortex to personalize entertainment experiences,
Hmm.
like recommending what you should watch next.
So Cortex is making those streaming services even smarter.
Right, and what's really exciting is that Cortex is making AI more accessible to businesses of all sizes, not just the tech giants.
Yeah, that's huge. It's like leveling the playing field.
Right. Everything can benefit from AI now, thanks to platforms like Cortex. Okay, but let's switch gears for a second and talk about data itself.
Okay. What about it?
Well, there's this whole movement towards open formats and interoperability, making sure data can move freely between systems.
Right, breaking down those data silos.
Exactly. And a key player in this movement is Apache Iceberg. It's like a universal connector for data, regardless of where it's stored or what format it's in.
So no more data getting stuck in different systems, unable to talk to each other.
Right. It's all about making data accessible and usable no matter what.
Okay. But I've heard some analysts express concerns about how this whole open format thing might affect Snowflake's storage revenue.
Yeah, that's a fair point. As more data is managed outside of Snowflake's platform, there's a possibility of some revenue shifts.
Yeah.
But Snowflake isn't just sitting back and letting this happen. They're turning this potential challenge into a strategic opportunity.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, they're using Iceberg to expand their own capabilities. Things like dynamic tables, better data engineering, even advanced AI analytics.
So they're staying ahead of the game.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now let's talk about another key ingredient for Snowflake's success: partnerships.
Yeah, partnerships. They've been teaming up with some major players like AWS, Microsoft, ServiceNow.
Yeah, these partnerships are crucial. It's all about creating a win-win scenario, making it easier for businesses to share data, build applications, and create this really connected data ecosystem.
And one partnership that's really stood out is their collaboration with AWS. They've achieved $3.9 billion in bookings together just in the past year.
Wow. It just goes to show how integrated Snowflake is becoming in the cloud landscape. They're becoming an essential part of the data infrastructure.
So it's not just about having a great platform, it's about being part of a larger ecosystem.
Right. Working with the best to become the best.
Yeah.
But even with all this success, we can't ignore the challenges, right?
Yeah, every company faces challenges. What are some of the headwinds that Snowflake might be facing as they continue to grow?
Well, the competition is getting tougher, for one. There are a lot of new players entering the data space, and the existing giants are upping their game.
Right, so how does Snowflake stand out in this increasingly crowded market?
That's a great question. And it brings up another challenge: the changing nature of data itself.
How so?
Well, think about it. The world is being flooded with unstructured data: text, images, video, thanks in part to the rise of generative AI.
So how does a company like Snowflake known for its focus on structured data, adapt to this shift?
That's a concern that some analysts have raised, yeah.
Yeah.
But Snowflake CEO, Sridhar Ramaswamy, he's been very clear that they're not just focusing on structured data. They're building a platform that can handle both structured and unstructured data.
So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket.
Exactly. They recognize the importance of both types of data, and they're building their platform to be flexible.
And this is where Cortex AI comes in, right?
Absolutely. Cortex can analyze all kinds of data, structured and unstructured, and help businesses extract those valuable insights.
So they're really embracing the evolving data landscape.
Yes, and they're using AI to make sense of it all. But even with the best technology, customer loyalty is key, especially in a market as competitive as this one. So how is Snowflake doing in terms of keeping their customers happy?
Well, that's where a metric called net revenue retention, or NRR, comes into play. And Snowflake's NRR is currently sitting at a very impressive 127%.
Yeah, that's amazing. It means their customers are not only sticking around, they're actually spending more with Snowflake over time.
So they're clearly doing something right. They're building those strong relationships with their customers.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
But they're not just focused on existing markets, they're also expanding into new territories, like the federal sector.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about their recent moves in that space. They've gotten some key certifications and made a strategic acquisition with Night Shift.
Right. That's a smart move. The U.S. government, they're a massive data powerhouse. Think of all the agencies, all the data they have to manage.
It's a huge opportunity for Snowflake.
Exactly. They can bring their data expertise to help government agencies modernize their systems, improve efficiency, and ultimately provide better services to citizens.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground already. We've talked about Snowflake's impressive financial performance, their cutting-edge AI innovations, their strategic partnerships, and their expansion into new markets.
It's clear that they're a force to be reckoned with in the data world. They're driving innovation and really pushing the boundaries.
And that's just the beginning.
Oh yeah, we're just getting started. There's so much more to explore, especially when we start thinking about the bigger picture, the impact Snowflake is having on the world.
And that's a conversation we need to have. So stay tuned as we shift gears and delve into the broader implications of Snowflake's journey and their role in shaping the data-driven future.
Okay, so we've talked about the numbers, the tech, the partnerships.
But now I kind of want to zoom out a little, you know? Look at the bigger picture here.
Yeah, where does Snowflake fit into all of this?
Exactly. Could they actually become, like, the platform for the data-driven future?
It's a big question,
Yeah.
but they're definitely in a good position.
Yeah, they're already changing the game for businesses.
Right, they're helping companies break down those data silos, get those real-time insights, and ultimately, make better decisions faster.
And with AI and machine learning becoming, like, essential tools?
It's all about extracting meaning from data.
Right. Making sense of all that information.
Exactly. And Snowflake is, well, they're kind of like the engine that turns raw data into something powerful, something you can actually use.
So how do they stay ahead of the curve, though?
Innovation. They're constantly pushing the boundaries, exploring new tech, expanding their partner ecosystem.
And that whole open format thing, embracing Apache Iceberg?
That's a big deal. It means their platform can integrate with, like, anything.
So it's future-proof, basically.
Yeah. They're not just thinking about today, they're building for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, we talk a lot about the tech, but
There's a human element, too, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
The people using these tools, that's what really matters.
It's about human ingenuity, creativity.
Right. Snowflake gets that. They're building a platform that's not just powerful, it's accessible, it's intuitive.
It's about empowering people to use data to solve problems, make a real difference.
Exactly. And the possibilities are, well, they're pretty mind-blowing.
Healthcare, education, sustainability.
The list goes on. But there's also a responsibility that comes with all this, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Ethical considerations, data privacy.
Transparency, accountability.
We need to make sure data is used responsibly.
Exactly. It's not just about the tech. It's about the values that guide its use.
So bringing it back to Snowflake, what makes them stand out?
Their focus on performance, scalability, security.
They're not cutting corners.
Right. And they're constantly innovating. Cortex AI, that's a game changer.
Okay, but we got to talk about the bottom line.
The financials.
Yeah, at the end of the day, a company needs to be successful, right?
True. So Snowflake's revenue growth, it's impressive.
29% increase year over year.
And their profitability is strong, too.
6% non-GAAP operating margin.
They're managing their growth well, investing wisely. Plus, that massive RPO.
$5.7 billion. That's a lot of future revenue.
And their net revenue retention, that 127%.
Wow. customers are sticking around and spending more.
It's a really good sign. But of course, there are challenges.
Competition is heating up.
Yeah, new players popping up all the time.
But Snowflake has a lot going for them.
Right, strong technology, a great ecosystem, those open formats.
And they're adaptable, always innovating.
Exactly. But the data landscape is changing too.
Unstructured data, generative AI.
Right. But Snowflake is already addressing those challenges.
Cortex AI, that's a key part of their strategy.
Yeah, they're making sure they can handle all types of data.
So they're in a good position, you think?
Oh, yeah. They have a clear vision, a proven track record.
And those financial results are impressive. But let's not forget about the impact beyond just business.
Right. Healthcare, education, the environment.
Data can make a real difference in these areas.
Absolutely. And Snowflake is helping to make that happen.
Okay, I think we need a moment to process all of this.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
So let's take a quick break and then come back with our final thoughts. Okay, so we've looked at all the details.
The numbers, the tech, the challenges.
Now I want to know, what's the big takeaway here?
Honestly, Snowflake, they're not just a company.
What do you mean?
They're like a catalyst
Okay, a catalyst for what?
for change. They're leading this whole data revolution.
A data revolution. That's a pretty big claim.
But think about it. The way we live, the way we work, it's all changing because of data.
And you think Snowflake is at the forefront of that change.
Oh, absolutely. They're driving innovation. They're building this incredible ecosystem.
So it's not just about the tech itself, though, right?
Right. It's about the people using it.
Empowering people to use data to make a difference.
Exactly. And Snowflake, they get that. Their platform, it's powerful, but it's also really user-friendly.
So anyone can use it, not just data scientists.
Exactly. It's about democratizing access to data.
So why should people care about all of this?
Because data is everywhere. It affects everyone.
Okay, I get that. But how does Snowflake fit in?
They're giving us the tools to understand data, to make sense of it all.
To turn data into action, basically.
Exactly. It's about making data work for us,
To solve problems, to create positive change.
Right. It's a pretty exciting time to be in the data world.
It really is. So much potential.
And Snowflake is, leading the charge.
They're a company to watch for sure.
Absolutely. This is just the beginning.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Wow, it went by fast.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But we covered a lot of ground.
Snowflake, data, AI, the future.
A lot to think about. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Snowflake's Q3 earnings call.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone.
We hope you learned something new and that you'll join us again next time for another exciting deep dive into the world of data.